Just ahead on Daybreak, Mobile County Sheriff's investigators bust a suspected teenage prostitution ring.
The standoff with Iraq continues. Iraqi officials say they want no trouble from the UN. Their quarrels with the United States.
And do you know what to do if someone is having a seizure? Find out in Medical Milestones coming up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Annette Falwell.
I'm John Watkins.
I'm Alan Lyle. Daybreak Friday is up next.
Next, Rosie, it's the Mary Tyler Moore Trivia Championship. Rosie O'Donnell versus Davina McFadden and special guest referee Mary Tyler Moore. Next, Rosie.
Today at 4 on NBC 15.
Hot eats, cool treats, a Dairy Queen.
Have you tried a chicken finger sandwich at Dairy Queen? The special ingredient of fresh filet strips of marinated and breaded chicken breast make it the best, right down to the last bite. So get cooking at Dairy Queen today for your daily requirement of the chicken finger sandwich, on special all month long.
Hot eats, cool treats, we treat you right.
You're watching NBC 15 on WPMI.
This is Daybreak Friday on NBC 15. Now, Alan Lyle and Annette Falwell.
Good Friday morning, everyone, and welcome to Daybreak. It is the 7th day of November. I'm Alan Lyle.
Thanks for joining us on Daybreak this Friday morning. Weekend dead ahead. I'm John Watkins.
And I'm Annette Falwell. Good morning. My goodness, we are in a good mood. We were joking about this. Every Friday is very fun here on Daybreak, and these gentlemen are helping us out with your Mr. Potato Head tie over here.
Potato Head.
And over here we got the
Pink
little
Panther.
Pink Panther.
The Pink Panther.
That's the original Fun Friday tie.
Terrific. And
which gets retired after today.
All right.
And we're giving away the farm practically today.
Every Friday we try to give stuff away. I've got today I've got some churches fun party packs.
Freebie Friday on 15.
Friday on 15.
Like it.
And I found out why I could not remember who Auburn was playing this weekend. They're not playing this weekend. That's why. So anyway, for the big game tonight, we got some Church's chicken to give away. We've got passes to the Explorium to give away today, because there is a fantastic show that opens tomorrow that all the kids will enjoy.
A magic school bus, right?
That's right.
You know, if it's Friday, that got to mean it's time for a visit with Kenny Presley and some furry friends, huh?
That's right. Sure enough, we've got Adopt a Pet Day. Not only Kenny here, we've got Kathy Copeland here. We're going to tell you about this year's, the 9th annual, as a matter of fact, Claws and Paws, which starts today at at Copeland's Pet Express.
Plus, you have the very interesting life story of Jenny Jones coming up.
Jenny Jones, she's got a new book out for those of you who do enjoy her show. One of the most popular talk show hosts, by the way. Her book has come out. All the proceeds from this book, by the way, is going to breast cancer research. And it, believe it or not, a very interesting book. I've been reading through it, and she touches on the tragic death of their one talk show guest. And I spoke with her recently by satellite, and she'll even talk to us about that.
Yeah, she has.
That'd be the first time she's spoken out about that.
It's the first time she's been able to, legally.
Yeah.
And she's had an amazing life between being a rock star and a talk show host. And
a lot of fun there.
What's the weather?
Weather, let's take a look at that. We've got a kind of a little surprise out there. Now, we've said it had cooler, drier air coming in. It was cooler, but not quite as dry. We've evidenced that by the cloud cover that you're seeing right now. Take a look at that satellite image. You can see we do have quite a bit of activity rolling across the southeast there. Look at this, just a thin layer, but it's enough that it's circled around and right smack on top of us. So we're going to see a cool day. Those temps aren't going to be able to climb quite as high. No rain out there. Put this in motion, you'll see what's happening. You see it just circling right around and still on top of us. So look for a fairly cloudy day as we continue. Rain-wise, it's pretty much staying away from us. We've got the heavier showers still up to the north and east of us. What we're expecting today, about 62 degrees for the daytime high, plenty of cloud cover, hopefully seeing that breaking apart by the evening. As far as your clothesline goes, well, it's cool temps out there, so long sleeves, and you may want to keep a light sweater handy. That's a brief look at our weather. Here's today's news with John and Annette.
Thank you, Alan. Investigators believe they have broken up the largest teenage prostitution ring they've ever discovered in Mobile County. The man they suspect of running the operation is in jail. Mobile County investigators believe he ran the prostitution business out of an apartment at the Peach Place Apartments on Leroy Stevens Road. Investigators say some of the girls were paid $135 an hour. Several girls are in protective custody this morning at the Strickland Youth Center. Apartment manager David Corey denies his property was used for prostitution. However, some people who live in the complex think otherwise.
The prostitution and all the crack and dope, drugs, there's, it's everywhere.
And the prostitution ring apparently drew customers through escort and massage ads in newspapers.
A stabbing victim is recovering this morning while 3 people are in jail for trying to kill him. John Young, Robert Paul, and Tiffany Haynes face charges of attempted murder and robbery. Matt Donahue, a driver for Elite Cabs in Pensacola, was robbed and stabbed late Wednesday night. Bond for the 3 suspects set at $100,000 each. Investigators tell us Donahue picked up 2 men at a food store, drove them where they wanted to go. Instead of paying the fare, the driver was stabbed. The 2 male suspects grabbed Donahue's cash, dashed to a nearby getaway car, driven by the 3rd suspect.
A Mobile teenager stays behind bars without bond on charges of stabbing his brother to death. 19-year-old Broderick Anderson appeared in court yesterday. He's charged with killing his 18-year-old brother Mark. Apparently an argument over who would buy dog food for the family pet led to the stabbing.
The body of the teenager who fell off the Dauphin Island Bridge last week has been found. 18-year-old Huang Van Li fell from the bridge after his car swerved out of control and crashed near the top of the bridge. When he climbed out of the wreck, he fell 85 feet into 4 feet of water. Lee's body was found along the Baldwin County shore.
As far as the Mobile County judge is concerned, it's time to play football. An argument over who couldn't play Pee Wee football ended up before Judge Douglas Johnstone. He says the Pee Wee Football Association failed to follow its own rules, so the undefeated Mims Park Redskins can play in the playoffs. Last month, the association disqualified the Redskins, claiming the coaches illegally transferred 4 players to the team. Those playoffs are tomorrow.
The issue of prayer in public schools is getting some Alabama students in trouble. They say they're just exercising their constitutional rights.
About 60 students walked out of the middle school in Albertville to say a prayer. Officials suspended them. Jay Schloining has more on this for Daybreak.
Jonathan Pell wants you to honk your horn if you love Jesus.
We want prayer back in school, and we feel like they've taken the right to pray away from us.
The 8th graders, one of 60 students, suspended when they walked out of their middle school Wednesday. They prayed in protest of a recent federal ruling that bans organized school prayer. Were the students suspended because they prayed?
No, not for praying. The students were suspended because they left campus, got up and walked out. They left school without permission.
I think I should stand for what I believe in, and I believe in school prayer, and I believe in Jesus, and I'm doing this for Jesus Christ.
The students are picketing the Albertville School Board. Their parents are right beside them signing petitions for school prayer.
I'm proud of my kids. I'm proud of them for standing up for God.
We're taking a stand, and I hope what we do here today works, because I'm not going down without a fight.
The students out here have all been suspended until Friday, and they realize that it could happen again, but they say it isn't going to stop them from praying in school.
When we come back, if nothing has changed, we're going to walk out again.
But these students and parents are hoping for divine intervention.
Now, a state senator is asking that the judge who made that ruling restricting school prayer to resign.
In a letter this week, Senator Roy Smith says the judge exceeded his authority by issuing the order.
More people are dying on Alabama roadways. A state report showing the number of people killed in traffic accidents is up for the first 9 months of this year. The report cites the higher speed limit and less than rigorous enforcement of the state's seatbelt law as the main reasons for the increase. 52 more people have died this year compared to the same time last year. The Alabama legislature raised the speed limit to 70 on interstates and 65 on 4-lane highways in 1966. Well, the Asian markets took another hit this morning, but the Nikkei was down about 4%. But most market observers don't think that's going to really have any effect on our market today. What's going to have an effect are some domestic economic reports that are coming out.
It should be an interesting day. Susie Garib now has more business news for Daybreak.
Good morning, everyone. Well, just when we thought we got rid of the Asian flu, there could be a relapse on Wall Street this morning. Stocks in Hong Kong fell about 3% today. More worries again about currency problems in Asia. In Japan, stocks plunged almost 700 points, or 4%, closing at its lowest level in 2 years. Now, on Wall Street, investors are going to be reacting to all of that and also monitoring the new tensions in the Middle East. The other big event for Wall Street, the latest numbers on the job market. Going into today's trading, the Dow Industrials are now at 76.83, down 9 points yesterday. In corporate news, Fred Meyer wants to be at the top of the food chain. The Wall Street Journal reports that this West Coast supermarket chain is making a bid to buy both Quality Food Centers and Ralph's Grocery. Together, it's a deal worth about $5 billion. The new company will be the 4th largest supermarket chain in the country. Apple and Oracle Computer might be teaming up. The Wall Street Journal says that Apple could announce a deal on Monday. The talk is that Oracle would help Apple make its version of those cheap PCs called network computers. And finally, in the face of all the lawsuits against tobacco companies and the national anti-smoking sentiment, Philip Morris is going all out, launching a new Marlboro cigarette. The Wall Street Journal says that this is the first new Marlboro brand in 6 years for Philip Morris. It comes out in January and is called Marlboro Ultra Lights. Maybe the Marlboro man is getting a little less macho. And that's a quick look at business news. I'm Susie Garob.
Well, the big question for every Friday is a great weekend on the way. Alan has our complete weather forecast up next on this Daybreak Friday. Alan?
We do have a nice weekend on tap, but the clouds out there means a Friday may be a little cloudy and cool. Your weather forecast is coming up.
Also ahead on Daybreak, we'll show you what you can do if someone has an epileptic seizure.
Details are coming up on Daybreak's Medical Milestones Report. You're watching Daybreak Friday on News Channel 15.
NBC 15 is proud to support the Community Coffee Cash for Schools program. Weeknights at 6:30 on NBC 15. Whoa! Low-flying tools and high-flying laughs equal cool cash. That's right, cash. Just watch Home Improvement every weeknight at 6:30 on NBC 15. When you see a tool fly across the screen, call 1-800-239-9582. If you're the 15th caller and you can identify the tool, you win $250 cash. Watch and win every weeknight at 6:30 on NBC 15.
Be sure to save your community UPC labels to help your school in Community's Cashback for Schools program.
Moving to a new home was a big decision for the Morgans. One decision was simple. The Bell South Complete Choice Plan. Get local telephone service and choose from 20 calling features that'll make your life easier. All for just $32 a month.
Mom, where are my breakfast shoes?
Bell South Complete Choice has something for everyone.
How's it going?
Oh, not too bad.
Just call 1-800-864-6860.
Mom needs it downstairs.
Great.
Is that your wife?
Your neighbor Gladys.
Order now and get $10 off your first month.
I just do this part-time.
Part-time?
Yeah, I'm in this rock band.
Rock band?
Yeah, it's really cool. Hey, you should come check us out.
I'll give you a call.
Thanks.
It's great, isn't it? Now that's your son, I understand. I think we'll be hearing a lot from her.
At least your mother will.
That would be
We'll help you choose the features that are right for you. So call by November 30th and save $10. Turn a great deal into an even better one.
Hello, Alabama! I'm T-Bob for Hoffman Furniture, your friendly credit connection since 1927. Yes, for as little as $10 down, we can approve your credit. Yes, furniture, mattresses, appliances, televisions, everything, ladies and gentlemen, since 1927. Wherever you are, come as you are and see. There's a Hoffman Furniture near you, located downtown Mobile, Preacher, and Saraland.
Here's a sneak peek at what you're getting for the holidays. Comcast, the most awesome package under the tree. Sports, movies, news and information, classics, and great family shows, too. Cable has everything you're looking for. Sign up now and receive a set of his and her sports watches while supplies last. Call Comcast at 334-476-7600. Just get Comcast and save a ton on wrapping paper.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Right now it is 6:13 and we've got a little bit of weather to talk about.
Mm-hmm. And
good or bad?
Not bad, but not great. We had a little bit of a change out there. Some of the cooler, drier air coming in wasn't quite as dry as originally anticipated, which meant a little buildup on the clouds. And it's just a thin layer of clouds and not rain out there, but it means we've got a fairly overcast, gloomy day, cool, but no rain.
But the weekend's
looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay. Weekend's going to be great.
We'll take it.
As long as there are no surprises. Let's take a look at what's out there right now. 48 degrees Mobile, 50 in Pensacola, that humidity at 80%, and dew point at 42 degrees. Our winds have shifted just slightly. We were coming out of the north rather brisk at 13 miles per hour, now out of the northwest at 8 miles per hour, and the barometer sitting at 30.08 inches. As you can see, rather gray out there right now. Not a lot of sunshine that we're seeing breaking over the horizon just yet. Looks like we're going to see a good bit of cloud cover today. The reason why, let's take a quick look at that regional map, and you'll see, look at all the clouds that are swirling right back around that low pressure system to the north of us and have just started blanketing right over on top of us. The rain is out of our way, nothing that we need to worry about. But as we take a look at the big picture, you can see just that thin layer is wrapping right back around. The air behind that front that passed through yesterday is rather moist still. So we don't have quite as dry conditions as we thought. Now the good news is there's no rain out there. If you take a look at the radar, you can see that's pretty much staying well to the north, to the east of us. Nothing in our area. If you see anything, it's going to just be some light sprinkle activity, and that's about it. As far as what we're concerned forecast-wise, again, that frontal system did pass through. By tomorrow, we're going to see a little bit more of that high pressure sliding into our region and some clear skies. So we should see those clouds get out of the way again, as long as there's no little surprises that Mother Nature throws at us. What we're looking at today, cloudy conditions, 62 degrees for the daytime high. The clouds are going to keep things from warming up very, very well, so it looks like it will be a cool day. For tonight, clearing, we're hoping to see those clouds move out of the way, 42 for the overnight low. And as we take a look at that extended forecast, you'll see a fairly nice weekend on tap. And then the clouds building back up come Sunday night into the Monday, and just a chance of rain once again on Monday and Tuesday. John?
Alan, epilepsy affects an estimated 50 million people throughout the world. November is National Epilepsy Awareness Month. In this edition of Medical Milestones, Daybreak's Annette Falwell shows us what we can do if someone has a seizure.
Uncontrollable muscle movements, hallucinations, irrational emotions. These are the symptoms of seizures. What are seizures? And what should you do if someone is having one?
I'll say things like, please, please. I'll say I'm sorry over and over again.
That's Carol describing her epileptic seizures.
I've done everything that I can think of. Banged my knees, slammed my elbows into things.
This man gets upset for no apparent reason, then appears to forget what happened. This child stares into space.
I guess it's like being unaware of what you're doing. You're not controlling yourself. You're just blank.
Here's a list of the common seizure symptoms we all should know how to recognize. Blank staring, chewing, fumbling, wandering, shaking, confused speech.
They can be talking to you, but you know that from their either facial expressions and from their answers, maybe back to you, that they're just not there.
If you see someone displaying those symptoms, follow these first aid steps. Do not grab hold or put something in the victim's mouth. Explain to others the victim's having a seizure. Block hazards. Speak calmly, remain nearby, and wait until the seizure ends.
And public awareness certainly is increasing. A lot of the superstitions that hindered epileptics in the past no longer are as much of a problem.
A new device is giving hope to epilepsy victims. We'll tell you about the vagus nerve stimulator in my next report. For News Channel 15's Medical Milestones, I'm Annette Falwell.
For more information about epilepsy, call the Healthy Connections hotline at 1-800-DOCTORS, topic WPMI. Now you can see another edition of Medical Milestones on News Channel 15 at 6 this evening.
Yes, and it's really amazing some of the advances they've made with medications. Well, still ahead this Daybreak Friday, he says the music made his son do it. A broken father testifies about his son's suicide.
From baseball star to war hero to president, it's all laid out in the newest Presidential Museum.
And get ready for a magic ride inside the Earth. Today's Stage and Screen Report is coming up on Daybreak Friday here on News Channel 15.
She really didn't deserve to die like that.
Murdered in cold blood.
The person who done that's never going to be caught.
No suspects. No convictions. Join Natalie Tisdale as she investigates these unsolved mysteries. You may hold the key to these baffling puzzles. Will the police catch these killers, or are they getting away with murder? Find out tonight at 6 on News Channel 15. Daybreak Friday, brought to you by Paw Paws Campers.
Copeland's Pet Motel and Pet Express, and Renaissance Portrait Studio, in conjunction with the Mobile Animal Shelter, presents the annual Claws and Paws Adopt a Pet project. Make reservations early for this annual Adopt a Pet party. Pets for Adoption will be on location and up for immediate adoption. For free photographs with your pet in Santa or your family pet in Santa. Hundreds of homeless pets have found homes during this annual event. Thousands of photo memories have been made. Come and help us save the pets at Copeland's Pet Motel and Pet Express, Halls Mill Road.
Please prepare for landing.
The incredible comfort, style, and selection of the chairs at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries are enough to knock anyone off their feet.
You may leave your chair in the fully reclined position.
Everybody loves twins, which gave us an amazing idea. 2 great chairs for one low price. Right now at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, you can buy 2 great chairs for one low price. Having twins has never been so affordable.
It's the Nike symbol. They make sure they get it everywhere. Academy. All the way, baby. Bright fluorescent yellow so that nobody will run over me. I look good. I look real good.
It tastes like, how should I explain this? Your brain tells you to get happy outside. It's just your face. Your face smiles because you like it. Or you just say, good.
Taste the magic of milk.
Daybreak Friday now continues on the News Channel.
Welcome back to Daybreak Friday, the 7th day of November. Time right now is 6:20.
And the sights and sounds of Christmas are already in the stores and on the streets. And you know what? This weekend is a big event coming up, the Claws and Paws.
Yes, it is, the 9th annual Claws and Paws. It's going to be a lot of fun out there. We got Kenny Presley, Kathy Copeland going to be joining us. Tell us a little bit about that, how you can also help out the Spay and Neuter Fund. All proceeds go to that. And the thing is, it's free, but they're asking for a donation at the door, which is not bad at all. A lot of fun out there, by the way.
Big part of the season.
In the season of giving.
I always do this.
Ellen is giving.
I do.
Wouldn't you know it?
Coming up, we've got the Stage and Screen report coming up on the latest at the Explorium. It is the magic school bus in the planet Earth. And what we're going to do is give away some free passes.
He had more fun than the kids.
Oh, I know.
I normally do.
Yeah.
I normally
Alan's
do.
a big kid.
Yes. So here's what we got. Free passes to the Explorium. We're going to give these away. All you need to do is give me a call, 602-1500, extension 226. That's going to get you to my voicemail. So all you need to do is leave me your name and daytime phone number. We'll give you some of these passes. What I've got? I've got 8 passes here.
All right.
So we'll give out the 2 to the first 4 folks that call in. How about that? If you got kids, make sure you got kids because they want to see this. Okay.
School bus tickets. Okay. How about the ticket on our weather
Let's
this weekend?
take a look at what's going on out there. Rain-wise, not a lot out there. We do have some to the north of us, to the east of us. But we do have clouds. Now, that's the unfortunate news. We were hoping to see a little bit more sunshine today, but the air behind that cold front was a little bit moist, not quite as dry as we thought, so we got the low-level clouds that have circled right back around and are hanging in our area. That's also going to keep us a little cool today. We're looking at a daytime high about 62 degrees because of all the extra cloud cover. It is cool, so you may want to make sure you have a light sweater with you this morning, particularly if you're sending the kids out for school. Make sure they're bundled up just a little bit, particularly for the morning hours, because it is cool starting your day out, and it's going to be climbing very slowly today. So all in all, we got a brisk morning. That's a brief look at our weather. Here's today's news with John and Annette.
Thank you, Alan. A North Dakota father says there's no doubt in his mind that rock music drove his 15-year-old son to kill himself. Raymond Kuntz told his tragic story to a Senate committee. The committee held a hearing about making parents aware of the music their children buy. Kuntz says his son Richard shot himself last year while listening to his favorite band, the shock rockers Marilyn Manson.
My son was listening to Marilyn Manson's Super. I personally...
And representatives from the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Recording Industry Association also testified in this very controversial issue.
Annette, in eastern Cuba, at least 56 people are reportedly dead after a passenger train and a bus collide. At least 8 other people were hurt. The train was traveling from Havana to Santiago. The bus apparently tried to outrun the train at a crossing. A Navy flyer walks away from the crash of his F-16. The fighter went down on a training mission near Sydney, Texas. The pilot ejecting while his plane ended up in a hayfield. The jet was part of the 301st Fighter Wing stationed in Fort Worth. So far, military investigators cannot say what caused the plane to go down.
A UN diplomatic team has ended its mission to Baghdad without winning Iraq's compliance with UN weapons demands, insisting its fight is with the United States, not the United Nations. Iraq claims it is not seeking a crisis. The White House has insisted that inspections continue in accordance with the Gulf War ceasefire and is not ruling out military action if Iraq continues to interfere. The man who assembled the Gulf War that drove Saddam Hussein out of Kuwait was the guest of honor in College Station, Texas. He was at the dedication of the George Bush Presidential Library at the home of the Aggies, Texas A&M University. President and Mrs. Clinton were there, along with former Presidents Ford and Carter. Nancy Reagan was standing in for her husband. The $80 million plus museum chronicles the life of George Bush from infancy through presidency.
Well, it is November, and that always brings an end to the Blue Angels' yearly tour. And as always, when they return to Pensacola, it's time for the Homecoming Air Show. The Blues will perform today and tomorrow. Now, if you haven't been to one of these shows and you want to go, just make your way to the Pensacola Naval Air Station. The show begins at 10 o'clock this morning, again tomorrow morning, and the best thing is, admission and parking are free.
What a deal. Well, the newest exhibit at the Explorium is about to roll into town. It's quite a deal, too. It's an imaginative journey inside the Earth with a real celebrity.
Alan Down-to-Earth Lyle has nothing but the hard facts in Daybreak's edition of Stage and Screen.
Children nationwide know about the Magic Bus. It's been on trips underwater and inside the human body. Now it's going inside Mother Earth. Preparations are still underway for the exhibit as workmen continue to assemble the bus and the destinations it will visit.
We're going to have, there are 5 areas of the exhibit. In the classroom, in Ms. Frizzle's classroom, in the field where you can prospect for rocks, in the mine shaft where you can look at rocks underground, in a volcano, which is really the highlight of the exhibit. You can actually view the inside of a simulated volcano.
The Explorium is known for its interactive exhibits that make learning fun for children, and this will be no exception.
During the week, we have lots of field trips scheduled. Ages, well, really for all ages, mainly 5 through 12, but we've got lots of field trips scheduled. And then on Saturdays, we have activities for for families.
The Magic School Bus in the Planet Earth. It's an exhibit that will be enjoyed by people of all ages. But then, what is a trip in the Magic School Bus without Ms. Frizzle?
Woohoo!
Yes, even Ms. Frizzle will be at the Explorium each Saturday to guide children through this magical adventure.
Between 1 and 3, I'll be performing, I guess you could call it twice, once at 1 and once at 2. Lead the children or adult visitors through the exhibit. We'll have a hands-on activity, and we'll read a story about Miss Frizzle's class's adventures in the Magic School Bus.
This exhibit is in the Port City thanks to the generosity of several groups who Ms. Frizzle would like to thank personally.
We'd certainly like to thank the funders who have made this exhibit possible: International Paper Company, the Mobile Oil Company, the Larkin Foundation, the Sunrise Rotary Club, and a generous grant from the Mobile Arts Council.
So buckle up and get ready for the imaginative ride of your life. For Stage and Screen, I'm Alan Lyle.
The Magic School Bus Inside the Earth opens this Saturday, and it will be on display through January 31st. And don't forget those magic tickets that Alan has. Still
If there are any left.
I hope that there will be. I hear the phone lines are just lighting up over there. Alan's weather forecast is straight ahead on this Daybreak Friday. Will it be a winter or a washout this weekend, Alan?
Definitely a winner this weekend, but we'll have to get through our Friday. We've got quite a few clouds out there. I'll have a complete forecast coming up next.
And after we get that complete updated forecast from Alan, we'll meet some four-legged orphans. We'll also answer the question, is it going to be Weather Pup or Weather Kitty?
And the holidays are coming, and that means it's time for the big Adopt a Pet party at Copeland's Pet Express. Coming up, Kathy Copeland joins us with details about Claws and Paws.
It must be great being a burger, lying around, soaking up the rays. They must think they're at the beach. Take a vacation from warmed over burgers. At Subway, our sandwiches are made hot on the spot right when you order them. Try our steak and cheese, roasted chicken breast, and Subway melt. Take the Subway challenge. Take one bite, and if you don't like our subs, you get your money back. Subway, it's the way a sandwich should be. Try a fresh value meal with a regular 6-inch barbecue chicken sub, baked lays, and medium diet drink. An entire meal, only 8 grams of fat.
If you see news happen, call News Channel 15 at 602-1558. Or just dial star 15 on your Bell South Mobility cellular phone.
Coming this weekend, the doors of the Coliseum Convention Center will open to a spectacular winter wonderland. Experience the magic of Christmas City, USA. The largest Christmas craft and gift show in the South. A magical world filled with over 400 booths, clothes, jewelries, jellies and jams, paintings, pottery, and plenty of toys. A North Pole with a movie room and live choirs. And kids have your picture taken with Santa. This Saturday and Sunday inside the brand new Coliseum Convention Center in Biloxi. The magic of Christmas City, USA.
One does not simply purchase a unique design, it must be developed. Hollis Design Center has the expertise of blending both traditional and contemporary pieces into the new transitional look of today. Our designers can transform a dark, dismal room into a showpiece of light, color, and comfort. Join us each Thursday evening for wine, cheese, and tour a gallery of furniture and accessories from around the world. The specialists at Hollis Design Center will help you create that unique space that says it's your home.
Hi, Kathy Copeland here. Let's talk about your pets. You know, in a perfect world, we'd never leave our pets alone. But the truth of the matter is sometimes we must. So if you board your pet, please come out to Copeland's and let us show you our beautiful kennels, our cannery, and our luxury pet suites, featuring day beds, TVs, VCR, and many with phone jacks. Please come and let us show you for yourself why at Copeland's your pet and our people make the difference. We also offer grooming services open 7 days a week. Come see for yourself. You'll be glad you did.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Telenet USA, your wireless connection.
Today's Adopt a Pet segment is brought to you by Copeland's Pet Motel and Express, Mobile's original pet motel since 1945.
And welcome back to Daybreak. 6:31 is the time. We've got Weather Pup with us. This is the littlest one, I think, over there. And it can't quite stand up. Nah, I'm going to lay down. Isn't that a precious face? Look at
what a sweet face. Hard not to fall in love with that one. And he's dressed up in his Friday best there, huh?
Yeah, well, it's time for adoption, and he needs
completely adoptable, right?
He needs
adorable and adoptable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll take Weather Pup over to the weather wall. Was it Nick? Is this Nick? This is Saint Nick right here. Okay, we'll see if we can find Nick a home. Right, Nick? Let's find out first of all what's going to happen weather-wise today. 50 degrees in Pensacola right now, 48 in Mobile. We're looking at 80% on the humidity, dew point 42, and the winds coming out of the northwest at 8. Barometer sitting at 30.08 inches. As St. Nick takes a look at what's going on out there, we see a lot of cloud cover. Just some light clouds, no rain in those clouds, but the clouds will be over us for a good portion of the day, giving us a chilly day too. And as you can see, the rain pretty much out of the way, but because of all the cloud cover, we're not going to get the old sunshine coming through and warming us up quite too much today. So what we're expecting by tomorrow, though, is to see a little bit more of that sunshine break through and give us a very, very nice weekend. What we're looking at today, cloudy skies, 62 degrees for the daytime high, 64 in Pensacola. By tonight, we're seeing those clouds start to decrease, 42 for the overnight low. Let's take a quick look at that extended forecast as we move over to find out what else is going on this weekend. Of course, the big event, 9th annual Claws and Paws at Copeland's Pet Motel and Pet Express, where you can find St. Nick and some other pups that do need some homes today. Joining me this morning, we've got Kathy Copeland and Kenny Presley, and 1, 2, 3 more little pups that need some homes. So good morning to both of you. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Well, let's see. Let's start with who we've got here.
This is Willie.
Willie.
Willie wants a home.
Willie wants a home, okay.
And this is Fanny, and this is Diamond.
Fanny
Diamond is a little male, and Fanny is a little female.
I would hope so.
And they're little mixed breed dogs, and they're 6 weeks old, and we need some excellent homes for them there. And anyone who would like to adopt one of these today can come out to Copeland's Pet Motel and Pet Express at 1 o'clock and adopt one of these. And when they adopt this today, I'm going to give them a $35 certificate, good towards spay and neuter.
Very good.
We're going to give them some professional dog or cat food if they adopt cats. We have hundreds of animals out there for adoption. Cats, kittens, puppies.
Mm-hmm.
We have grown dogs, medium-sized dogs, house dogs, yard dogs. We've got them.
That one wants a home.
I want a home.
Just please give me a home.
That's right.
Now, what's unusual here, normally when we're talking about this, our pet adoption, Adopt a Pet, is at the animal shelter, but we're at Copeland's today. Why?
Our 9th annual. Oh, we are so excited. We had about 30 volunteers last night. We bathed dogs until around 9:30. Everybody has been seen by a veterinarian this year. When we open our doors today, most of the pets have already had their rabies, their first vaccinations. It has been incredible. It has just been incredible. But we need hundreds of people to come on, find homes for all these babies. We want to clean us out today and have to go begging tomorrow to find some more. We've completely cleaned out the Mobile shelter, Daphne, Magnolia Springs, and we even have them from Atmore. We have some coming from out of Florida. A little bit of everywhere.
Fantastic.
So it's just, the thing is just getting bigger. I'm jingling.
You're
Can you hear
jingling.
me?
I hear that. Now, I said something a moment ago. There's going to be pictures there with Santa Claus.
Santa Claus
And that's going to
arrives.
cost how much?
Well, it's actually donation out. So it's whatever you like. And you don't have to come and adopt.
Right.
We want you to come make some photo memories with you and your own pet and your family. You can also obtain Christmas cards, those kind of things if you'd like while you're there. We're going to have karaoke. It's going to be called
karaoke,
we're going to
right?
call it kitty karaoke and puppy karaoke. But anybody can come. They can donate like 50 cents. They
Right.
can get up and sing. We have hundreds and hundreds of songs.
And we might want to mention where the donations go to, Kenny.
All donations that we receive off of this event will go to our spay and neuter fund.
Right.
And we have a swing, an A-frame swing, donated to us from Mr. G's out on 3 Knots Road.
I think we got some footage of that.
We do,
We need to take a
and
look
it's
at
an
that.
excellent swing, and if anyone would like to make a donation on that swing and have a chance at winning it, we're going to pull a lucky name on the 9th of November at 5 o'clock.
Right.
And it's a $1 donation.
I
The
love
money's
that-
go to
that
the
dog.
spay
I
and
mean,
neuter.
just look at that.
He's wonderful.
Debbie Bailey painted that picture right there, that basset hound there, and that is a hand-painted picture, and it goes with the swing. It's an excellent, excellent swing for someone to win. And we have 100 gallons of gasoline, compliments of McGuire oil, and compact stores.
You see, we fit on it.
That was Ma and Pa, as I remember.
Ma and Pa, that's right.
Actually, we have other people that have called during the weekend, and it's been incredible.
That's
We've got lots of other door prizes we're going to be giving away, free shampoos, free pet food, just an awful lot of stuff going to be going on. We're also having barbecue dinner on Saturday.
Ooh, very good.
Barbecue chicken.
Very good.
And all the trimmings and popcorn, all kinds of refreshments, sodas. It's going to be a family-oriented weekend,
Right.
both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Let's put some information up there so people
Yeah.
can see this, because it is this. It starts today. It's 1 to 6 today.
1
is
to
that
6
right?
today.
1 to 6 today.
11 to 6 tomorrow, and
then
1 to
Sunday?
5 on Sunday.
And also for the that's for our pets right there. There's our Copelands. There it is, November 7th through 9. And any information there, of course, you can give Kathy and them a call, 661-5021. And of course, that's really where we had the pups today too.
Absolutely.
So,
They're already there.
not the shelter, but
No,
Copelands.
that's Copeland's.
All right. I want to say thanks for being with us. They're fussing. They need a home. Give them a call going down to Copeland's today at 1 o'clock.
I'm hungry.
Yes.
It's early.
Kenny, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John and Annette.
What adorable puppies those were. Let's take a look now at what outdoorsmen and women may expect for the weekend.
Well, if you plan on doing some fishing, Gary Finch has tides and feeding times in this report for Daybreak.
Good morning, everyone. You know, yesterday we talked a little bit about fall fishing for king mackerel, and yes, they're still out here, but they're only going to be out here for a couple weeks, so get out there, pick a good day. It's been a little windy this week. We've had a couple fronts come through. Pick a good day, get out there and catch some of these fish. Also, good reports on red snapper being caught around the rigs, just 2 or 3 miles out. So get out there, try to catch some of these red snapper while they're close in and the weather's not too cold. Also, good reports of Spanish mackerel being caught early in the morning and late in the afternoon off Sand Island and also Perdido Pass. Let's take a look at what's going on this weekend. The tides for this weekend are as follows. Saturday's high tide will be at 4:26 a.m. with a low tide at 3:49 p.m. And on Sunday, we'll have a high tide at 5:09 a.m. with a low tide at 3:44 p.m. The feeding times for this weekend, Saturday 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and on Sunday 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the water temperature is right at 68 degrees, so get out there and catch those king mackerel. Also, the very last dates for the hunter education courses this year will be held on November 11th and 13th at the John Archer Building on Schillinger's Drive here in Mobile. And for more information, you can call 873-4609. Also, I'll be your MC at the Ducks Unlimited Extravaganza Banquet and Auction in Gulf Shores, Alabama, Thursday, November the 20th at 6 p.m. at the Eric Meyer Civic Center. Ticket and membership is $75 per couple, and seating is limited to 240. For more information, call Tammy Schreck at 948-1218 or 945-5734. Remember, if you have any outdoor events, activities, or photos, please send them to Gary Finch Outdoors, 857 Hillcrest Road, Mobile, Alabama 36695, or give us a call at 344-7966 or fax us at 344-2423. For your weekend outdoor report, I'm Gary Finch.
And you can watch Gary's next Outdoors Report next Thursday right here on Daybreak at 6 a.m. on News Channel 15. And there's lots more of Daybreak on the way this hour. We'll get up close and personal with talk show host Jenny Jones. That's a little later.
But up next, Pee Wee football playoffs start tomorrow at Mims Park, and a judge makes the final call on who can play.
And we'll tell you what public safety authorities say is to blame for Alabama's rising traffic fatality rate. You're watching Daybreak Friday on News Channel 15.
Join NBC 15 as we support the American Heart Walk November 15th in Mobile and Fairhope. Pick up your entry form at your sporting goods store and walk the walk.
Their daughters are sexually active.
Y'all don't watch me. Y'all don't even know me.
On an all-new Jenny Jones.
Today at 3 on NBC 15.
Next, Rosie, it's the Mary Tyler Moore Trivia Championship. Rosie O'Donnell versus Davina McFadden and special guest referee Mary Tyler Moore. Next, Rosie.
Today at 4 on NBC 15.
Gary Finch's Weekend Outdoor Report is brought to you by Quality Siding.
Hi folks, I'm Gary Finch. You know, when a company puts the word quality in their name, the customer expects a higher level of both materials and workmanship. That's exactly what you get with Quality Siding's exclusive architectural grade by Royal. Just give it the strength test and feel for yourself that you've chosen the very best. After all, choosing siding is more than picking a color. The proper installation and strength of the materials are major considerations. Remember, warranties are only as good as the people who stand behind them. That's why you should have the folks at Quality Siding standing behind you.
Get a great look and great savings during the Veterans Day sale at Parisian. Take 40% off a huge selection of women's coats. Save 25 to 50% on selected women's career and casual collections. And save 40% on a terrific selection of handbags. Even selected kids' outerwear is 30% off. Plus, save 25% on selected men's clothing from famous American designers, including new fall fashions on sale for the first time. The Veterans Day sale starts Saturday at Parisian.
This is Daybreak Friday on NBC 15. Now, Alan Lyle and Annette Baldwell.
Welcome back to Daybreak Friday, the 7th day of November. Time right now is 6:41. You hungry?
And I see tickets.
You hungry?
I see tickets.
More Friday
These are meal
parties
tickets.
from 15.
I love this. This is the fine folks at churches who are very, churches, very generous. Gave us a call, said, hey, how about just, you want to give some of these away for us? Sure, be glad to. We got the games coming up this weekend. This is super if you're going to have like a tailgate party or just some friends over. It's a take-home party pack from churches, five spicy wings and fries.
They're good.
Yeah, so why don't we give some of these away now?
Free.
Why not?
Okay.
602-1500, extension 226. That's the number for my voicemail. Leave me your name and daytime phone number. We'll give some of these away today. Why not?
Alan's just feeling so generous.
I do. I feel generous on Fridays because I know I'm going to have a good weekend.
Okay, we're going to have some generosity in the sunshine department.
For the weekend. Unfortunately, not today. That's the bad news. We do have the cloud cover pretty much sticking around, but you going fishing or going out in the boat?
I think possibly.
Okay. It'll be good if you head tomorrow. Not too far out. Seas may still be a little bit choppy, but
Sunday?
not the boat you've got. Big boat.
Sunday.
Big boat. Yeah, it'd be nice both days. Let's take a look at what we do have out there for today. Extended forecast tells us we do have clouds for the day, 62. It's going to be just a little bit chillier today because of the cloud cover. We're not going to have much sunshine today, but then by tonight, breaking away, we've got 42 degrees for the overnight low, and then over the weekend, gorgeous conditions, lots of sunshine, rain not coming back into the forecast until the first of the week. That's a brief look at our weather. Here's today's news with Annette and John.
Thank you, Alan. Authorities say it could be the largest teen prostitution operation they've ever uncovered in Mobile County. They've arrested a man they suspect of running the teenage prostitution ring. The Mobile County Sheriff's Department believes the suspect was allegedly running the prostitution service from the Peach Place apartments on Leroy Stevens Road. At least one operation allegedly involved several teenage girls paid a minimum of $135 an hour. The apartment manager, David Corey, denies that his property was used for prostitution, but Sheriff's Department deputies say the ring got its customers from numerous escort and massage ads in local newspapers.
A stabbing victim is recovering this morning while 3 people are in jail for trying to kill him. John Young, Robert Paul, and Tiffany Haynes face charges of attempted murder and robbery. Mac Donahue is a cab driver for Elite Cabs in Pensacola. He was stabbed and robbed late Wednesday night. Bond for the suspect set at $100,000 each. Investigators tell us Donahue picked up 2 men at a food store, drove them where they wanted to go, but instead of paying the fare, the driver was stabbed. The 2 male suspects grabbed Donahue's cash, dashed to a nearby getaway car driven by the 3rd suspect.
A Mobile teenager stays behind bars without bond on charges of stabbing his brother to death. 19-year-old Broderick Anderson appeared in court yesterday. He's charged with killing his 18-year-old brother Mark. Apparently an argument over who would buy dog food for the family pet led to the stabbing.
The body of the teenager who fell off the Dauphin Island Bridge last week has been found. 18-year-old Huang Van Lee fell from the bridge after his car swerved out of control, crashed near the top of the bridge. When he climbed out of the wreckage, he fell 85 feet into 4 feet of water. Lee's body was found yesterday along the Baldwin County shore.
As far as the Mobile County judge is concerned, it's time to play football. An argument over who couldn't play Pee Wee football ended up before Judge Douglas Johnstone. He says the Pee Wee Football Association failed to follow its own rules, so the undefeated Mims Park Redskins can play in the playoffs. Last month, the association disqualified the Redskins, claiming the coaches illegally transferred 4 players to the team. Those playoffs are tomorrow.
More people are dying on Alabama roadways. A state report shows the number of traffic accidents is up for the first 9 months of the year, rather. The report cites the higher speed limit and less than rigorous enforcement of the state's seatbelt law as the main causes for the increase. 52 more people have died this year compared to the same time last year. The Alabama legislature raised speed limits to 70 on interstates and 65 on 4-lane highways back in 1996.
From rock and roll star to stand-up comic to talk show host, Jenny Jones has done it all.
Up next, Jenny talks candidly with Alan about her life, her show, and her book. That's straight ahead on Daybreak, Friday, right here on News Channel 15.
Now Bell South presents Teach Your Old Phone New Tricks. Try any 2 of the following features free for 1 month. Call return, caller ID, call waiting deluxe. It lets you see who's calling even when you're already on the phone. Or Bell South Memory Call voicemail service. It takes messages even when you're on the phone. Pick 2, pay nothing for 1 month, not even a connection charge. So speak up. Just call 1-888-338-5169 by November 30th. Then a Bell South representative will help you choose which 2 are right for you. Find out just how happy a couple of Bell South phone features can make you. Come on, call today. 1-888-338-5169.
With most wireless phone services, you can ride around without a care in the world until you try to go out of their calling area. That's when it hits you that maybe you should have called Bell South Mobility. It gives you the largest calling area in Alabama and lets you call from anywhere in North America. Don't get boxed in. Sign up for our Talk Together plan and get an additional line for only $5.95 a month. Bell South Mobility. Count on it.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, the things our chairs can do go on and on and on and on. In short, your choice will do anything but just sit there.
Everybody loves twins, which gave us an amazing idea. 2 great chairs for 1 low price. Right now at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, you can buy 2 great chairs for 1 low price. Having twins has never been so affordable.
Everybody loves chicken, and right now at Winn-Dixie, get a great low price on Gold-Kissed Farms Grade A fresh fryer breasts. Pick some up today for only 97 cents a pound. Don't miss our spectacular Del Monte canned goods sale. Get 14 to 15-ounce cans of corn, peas, and cut green beans, 2 for 98 cents. And shop Winn-Dixie for a cool price on Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, and Mountain Dew. Stock up while 12 packs are 2 for $5. Winn-Dixie, more choices, low prices.
Welcome back to Daybreak, a new book out by Andrews McMeel Publishing. It is Jenny Jones' My Story, and we are tickled to death to have Jenny with us by satellite. Jenny, good morning to you.
Hi, I'm tickled to be there.
Well, good. Hey, listen, first of all, let me say I feel very inadequate introducing you that way. I think I need Little Richard here to sing to you or something. I love those promos. They're great.
Oh, yeah.
They are great. Hats off to you, by the way. 100% of the proceeds from this book to breast cancer research?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I've had 5 sets of breast implants. I'm sure most of the world knows about that.
Right.
And that put me in touch with a lot of women who had breast cancer as well, who had implants. So I thought it was a good cause, and maybe I can make a difference, you know.
I'm sure you will. I'm going to say I'm a little disappointed. I didn't get the book until yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to go through very much of it. But from what I've seen, interesting, funny, and can I say something? I got to say this. This tickled me. Some of your jobs you've had, a waitress, caterer, secretary, a rock drummer. Jenny, a rock drummer?
I thought you were going to talk about the pictures with my hair. But
I like those too.
I put some old pictures in there about my bad hair days. But yeah, I think people will, when they read the book, will be surprised how much I've done, because I really did I had like 5 or 6 different careers. I left home to be a rock and roll drummer. I played drums for 10 years, made my living as a musician. And then I was a backup singer for Wayne Newton, and I was a stand-up comic, and I sold tickets in a movie theater. I was a runaway. I was unemployed at one time.
Wow.
I've done a lot in my life and survived it all. So I guess I'm hoping that survival instinct might inspire somebody else.
Well, that too, I would think that would help out too with your talk show, because it seems like you connect with a lot of these people then.
You're so right. That's why I think the show works, a good deal of it. You know, I'm as qualified as anybody else out there to host the show. I just relate to the guests. I could have been a guest on about 5 or 6 of my own shows the last month, you know. I am a real person. I come from the real world, and that's where the guests come from, so that's why I think it works.
You know, if you've got any connections still, I know you traveled with Engelbert Humperdinck for about a year. He's here. He's going to be in Biloxi, just about an hour away from us on the 4th and 5th. I want to go see him. You got to call him for me and say, hey, you got to go see Alan too.
Well, if you call him Enge, you'll probably get in. You know, that's the short form of his name is Enge. But he was a great boss. I toured with him for over a year. In fact, that's where I got the idea for Girls Night Out, which was the comedy show I did for women, because his audience is all female. You'll have to wear a dress if you go.
Oh, tell me some of the other things we can see in your book, Jenny.
Well, the one thing that on the serious side is that there's a chapter in the book that deals with the 2 men who were on the show, and the one was killed after the show.
Right.
There's a lot of information that people don't know that I put in this book. It was a very one-sided story that they heard. The show's not responsible. It's very clear when you know all the facts. He was not ambushed. He was not humiliated. He knew his crush could be a man. He suspected it was a man. He suspected Scott, the man who he later killed. He suspected that man as being the crush. The show was fine. Everybody left happy. They flew back together on the same plane. They went partying that night. The man who is now in prison for murder bought this guy drinks.
Right.
Scott didn't even want to go out. John had to convince him to go out. They went out partying that night till 4 in the morning. Some people have speculated that they had an affair because Scott's mother was told by him, apparently, that they did have an affair. So something happened between them, but it wasn't about the show. Jonathan didn't have to appear. He chose to come on knowing that it could be Scott. He suspected it.
Oh, it was rather unfair to you too, wasn't it?
I thought so. I thought it was very one-sided because a lot of this information was known, but nobody reported it. That's part of the reason that this book was very important to me, because it gave me a chance to list out every little piece of information, all from sworn testimony, that proves that our show is not responsible.
Well, Jenny, I know what a very busy life you have, and we want to extend the invitation. If you're ever in this area, we do want to see you down here, and remind everyone, too, that every weekday, 3 p.m. here on NBC 15, we can see Jenny Jones on our
Thank you
talk
for
show.
watching. Thanks for running our show, Alan.
Thanks, Jenny. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye.
And as Jenny mentioned, she is donating 100% of the proceeds from the sale of her book to breast cancer research. Isn't that wonderful? Actually, we have a copy of it right over here. Yeah, that's a terrific cause, and there's so many women. 1 in 9 women will get breast cancer at some point in their lives, so it's an important cause.
And she was one of the originals. I mean, Phil Donahue is the great granddaddy, but, you know, a lot of talk shows have been in development, you know, just like sitcoms. And now some of your favorite television sitcoms are in trouble. You may not know it. And actress Jodie Foster is in jeopardy.
Dennis Michael explains in Daybreak's Hollywood Minute.
This is Dennis Michael with the Hollywood Minute. A new project for Jodie Foster. The actress is now in talks with Paramount Pictures with an eye towards starring in Double Jeopardy. The Hollywood Reporter trade paper indicates the thriller would be directed by Bruce Beresford. Over the Top has bottomed out. ABC has chosen to cancel the series starring Tim Curry and Annie Potts due to poor ratings. Soul Man will move into Over the Top's place, and Grace Under Fire will be plugged into the empty time slot. Hiller and Diller is also in trouble. The network has pulled it off the schedule until the November sweeps contest is over. Early murmurs of Hollywood awards season. The Golden Globe should be a big night for Shirley MacLaine. The actress is set to receive the Cecil B. DeMille Award for Outstanding Contribution to the Entertainment Field at the annual award fest, which is set for January 18th, 1998. This is Dennis Michael with the Hollywood Minute.
Well, can we look forward to a great weekend weather-wise? We're going to be asking Alan about that.
Yeah, he's busy right now on the phone trying to find winners for those free tickets.
We'll be right back on Daybreak on News Channel 15.
Hot eats, cool treats, a Dairy Queen.
Have you tried a chicken finger sandwich at Dairy Queen? The special ingredient and fresh filet strips of marinated and breaded chicken breast make it the best, right down to the last bite. So get cooking at Dairy Queen today for your daily requirement of the chicken finger sandwich, on special all month long.
Hot eats, cool treats, we treat you right.
Furnish your home or condo at unbelievably low prices. Drive a little to save a lot at Southern Furniture Mart in Robertsdale on Highway 59 North and Ohio Street. See Ivy, Linda, or Greg and save thousands on furnishing your home or condo. Since Southern Furniture Mart is a family-owned and operated store, every customer is given personal help and advice. Our large inventory of high-quality name-brand home furnishings at discount prices will save you money. So do yourself a big favor and see Southern Furniture Mart before you make your next furniture purchase.
This is one of the best little rest stops in Mississippi. It's a saltwater wetland, the kind of place nature might have made. A good spot to drop in, grab a bite, or just sit a spell. It was made by people who work in the nearby refinery. Do people need to create places so nature can spread its wings? People do.
It's that time of year again, but this holiday season is the best ever thanks to Cash for Titles. If you own your car, bring in your title and in just a few minutes you'll have the extra cash you need for the holidays with no credit application. Your financial condition doesn't matter, and the best gift of all, you keep driving your car. Cash for Titles, the little bit of holiday help you need when you need it the most.
To be automatically connected to the Cash for Titles office nearest you, call 203-8485.
At Gulf Coast Wallpaper Outlet, we have an enormous selection of wallpaper to choose from. Whether you're decorating your new home or just remodeling, we have a vast array of wallpaper styles that will suit you.
Come see us at Gulf Coast Wallpaper Outlet.
At Gulf Coast Wallpaper Outlet, we have too many rolls to count and too many brands to mention. And if it's not on our wall, we provide super discounts on special orders.
Come see us at Gulf Coast Wallpaper Outlet.
All right, before we get out of here, I need to say this. A lot of our callers have called in, but I had one particular gentleman who called in who said that they just saw the Copeland, the pets that we just had, and he's new to the area, doesn't know where Owen Street is. First of all, for the gentleman who called in, this weekend it's on Halls Mill Road, Copeland's Pet Motel and Pet Express, not Owen Street, so you don't want to go down to Owens. Halls Mill is between Azalea and Demetropolis. Right in that stretch. So that's where you want to head today at 1 o'clock to get some of those pups today. And if any other questions on Owen Street, give me a call here at the station. I should be here this morning.
Well, that's a good sign. I hope those pups go to some good homes. And you've got some tickets to go to some good homes, too.
I do, and we've got lots of winners here. I'll be calling you as we go through the day to let you know who won some of our tickets today. Okay? That's great.
Okay.
Monday on Daybreak, right?
Coming up Monday on Daybreak, we have a jam-packed show as well. Heart disease is the nation's and Alabama's #1 killer. We're going to talk to a researcher who's doing some very important research about how to survive a heart attack.
Plus, we'll be getting ready for the Christmas season with our Trimetry. Right now, that's going to do it for us. We're out of time. We do appreciate you joining us and hope to see you again Monday morning.
And we'll be back at 7:26 with the latest news and weather.
Today's show straight ahead.
This station is a member of the Clear Channel Television family. You can find us on the New York Stock Exchange under CCU.
NBC Tonight, all new arresting television. First, showtime. To con or not to con. Players knock down a crooked art dealer.
We are not going to steal a real Van Gogh.
With the heist of the century.
Crime. Can't get away from it.
Players, followed by an all-new Dateline. Finally, a stalker preys on young women.
I just want the guy that did this to you to be punished.
A courageous new cop is going to bring him down. Conviction, homicide. Following Dateline and Players, arresting television, NBC Tonight.
Coming this weekend, the doors of the Coliseum Convention Center will open to a spectacular winter wonderland. Experience the magic of Christmas City, USA. The largest Christmas craft and gift show in the South. A magical world filled with over 400 booths, clothes, jewelries, jellies and jams, paintings, pottery, and plenty of toys. A North Pole with a movie room and live choirs. And kids have your picture taken with Santa. This Saturday and Sunday inside the brand new Coliseum Convention Center in Biloxi. The magic of Christmas City, USA.
You're watching NBC 15 on WPMI, Mobile, Pensacola, Fort Walton Beach.